Welcome. Today we are diving into some super cool code that I came across. It's from a framework called LangChain. So we'll look into exploring how to use LLM for structured outputs, how to ask it to extract data from PDFs and automate all the document extraction into a simple piece of code. We'll start with PDF loaders. So as you can see, I've imported a bunch of libraries over here. So the PDF loader is responsible for extracting all the PDFs in the invoices folder that I have over here. As you can see, we've also asked it to parse any separators. Who needs them, right? Okay, and next, what I've also asked it to do is restrict to page number 1 of each PDF, because usually the second page is like legal jargon and marketing nonsense and terms and conditions, so we'll just keep it simple. So we have limited tokens to use, so we are not going to ask it to read anything that's not needed for us, right? So let's look at Codellama library. As you can see, I've deployed it locally. I'm using Codellama 13b, and I've restricted the max token size to around 8,000 and temperature 0, because I do not need the LLM to create invoice numbers from fantasies or hallucinate, right? After which there's this Zod framework. Framework. It's a library, but it's very interesting library, as it helps me define a structured output that I want Codellama to always return in, right? So what I do over here is I define a schema. For example, vendor string. This is the name of a company, and whoever sent this invoice to me, it's usually the first thing that you read. Don't include ABN numbers. I'm in Australia, so that's something we use over here. Invoice number, unique identifier for the invoice, typically in format such this. Amount, the total amount due in dollars, the payment deadline, and if the invoice is paid or not, right? So what I'm asking over here from this schema is that I wanted to identify key features of the PDF and extract those in one shot, right? And moving on, so Zod makes sure everything in the right, we've got everything in the right place, so there's no rogue elements in our queries, in the responses that we get from LLM. We use chat prompt template library to create our initial prompt, right? So the user queries over here followed instruction. So the query that we are going to build over here, so we are building partial query first. So whatever the schema is converted, added to the query part, right? And here we have further queries to fill in. Extract invoice number, amount, due date, and the following invoice. I was hoping to use this, but I've found another way, which is piping and creating an extraction over here. So we've given it a partial prompt and then asked LLM to execute on it, and once LLM executes, it's given to the parser, which we have defined over here, which takes our invoice schema from the above. So let's try to execute this. Initially, when you run it the first time, it takes a bit to load the model in the memory, but as you could see, it successfully did, and it identified this is not paid. This is from BFT Glen Waverley. Invoice number is this, amount is this, due date is this, and so second, fourth. So yeah, this library that I've been using over here has different models, different LLMs that you can integrate with. Uh, I've chosen to use Codellama because I have a self-deployed model over here. Temperature 0 because this is an unstructured query and we are asking a structured response. There is no information, there's no more information that we want. It's just whatever we've given, extract out of it. And so this is the PDF loader, that file loader that we have used. There are a couple of others that we can use as well. For example, file loaders. There's CSV, document files, directory loader. This is something we used with the PDF loader because we had a couple of PDFs. EPUB files, ebooks, JSON files, Notion markdown exports, subtitles, unstructured. This could be interesting as well. Unstructured loader. So what we tried to do was we asked structured output parser with Zod Schema. So once we retrieved the response from Codellama, we asked our framework to parse that response into a JSON schema. So LLM gave us a similar response. Whenever it doesn't, we will get an error. That's why I've tried to keep it in a try and catch, because if there is an error, we could ask another agent to fix the prompt or something, or fix any missing data, and ask the LLM to perform again. So there you have it. Interesting, almost 100 lines of code, easily extracting informations out of PDF. Thank you so much for your time today, and drop any feedback if you have.